And I think I messaged him, I said, we're effed, we're screwed. He's like, can you make it there within the next hour and 30 minutes? I was like, I have no choice.
No, the day started. Seemed like pretty nice. Wasn't scrambling at all. Didn't have any anxiety about anything. Didn't feel any pressure. Just felt like we were going to open up and we were going to do the thing and we were going to have a good time.
But we were in high spirits when it started, that's for sure. And we were knocking them out real fast, especially in the first half of the day. We had a line to the door or out the door for the whole day. Like the first time we cleared the line, like when there was nobody in line, was like 8:40 or something.
What a great resounding communication. I don't think you could have scoped at a better start. Everyone's communicating, we're here and there. We're off to a pretty hot start and these orders are flying in. Everyone's singing the communication, here's that. This is coming back, this is coming in, this is coming up, ready to call. This is down, this is up, behind you, behind you, behind you, behind you. Wow.
It's the interplay. I've talked about this with Kwame a lot, and we've talked about it with other people a lot too, but there's an interplay between the dining room and the kitchen. It's not me and the kitchen, it's the dining room and the kitchen. There's like two areas that kind of converge where I'm sitting. So everybody gets like involved. They hear like this like raucous environment and they get kind of, many people today at the beginning of the day were like, my God, you guys are flying. There's so much energy. And I was like, yes, that's the point.
The amount of guests that we had, like where they were at, the chicken was constantly communicated. We always knew when we had chicken immediately, when we had fries immediately. Considering the fact that I was almost never ever waiting for orders to expo, everyone was moving like a well-oiled machine back there.
I'm gonna say about the middle part of the day, I guess after 2:30 once we lost John, and then that was around the time
disaster struck. I looked for the truck that was supposed to be coming in because we were supposed to have this truck come in that was gonna unload this huge load of fries that would have kept us fine for the rest of the day and we would have been good to go. What my screen showed me was an absolute devastation, was that we had no order at all, which I thought couldn't be possible because Jamil certainly had put an order in yesterday. I made a slight modification to it and submitted it. We had both received emails that say that our orders were allocated, which means all of our items were assessed and assigned and that they were in stock and they were going to be put on a truck and shipped to us. But you have to think fast. This is what happened. This is why everyone can't do what we do. You have to think fast. You can't stop. You have to go into action. You have to make things happen. Now I need to go because we were running low on some key ingredients for that. I was like, I need to go over to TWS, but also I'm gonna have to go to TWS to borrow fries. And also let's call our Cisco rep. I was like, you gotta be working. I know it's 2 days till Christmas, but you gotta be working because this is a crisis disaster, which he was. And I called him up and like, hey man. And he's like, hey. And I was like, what's going on with our order? I said, it's looking like we don't have anything. He said, oh, nope, I promise you. He's like, I promise you, it's on a truck. There was an error. He said there was an error the night before. They're not sure what happened. So they loaded it up onto the truck this morning. They sent it out. He was just gonna call them and check for the ETA. And I said, well, bang up job. That's fantastic because we are in a crisis. Thank you so much. And I hang up that phone. I'm going to TWS and I get a call back and my heart stopped. Hey, Kwame. And I was like, yeah, okay. Hey, I was like, come on. I was like, John, you know what we're talking about? Come on, out with it. I was like, so, what is it? Is it coming late? He's like, so I accidentally lied to you. He was like, they swore to me, but somehow it still didn't get on the truck. I have not had a moment like that. I promised you, my tongue was getting tight. It was like actually flailing out of my mouth and I was like trying to speak to him. I was like, I said, what do you mean it's not coming? He's like, they didn't put it on the truck, but they still have everything for you. You just have to go there to pick it up. He's like, can you make it there within the next hour and 30 minutes? I was like, I have no choice. And I think I messaged him, I said, we're effed, we're screwed. Something along those lines I said about, I will save the day. I figured this out. So I'm blazing, I run into TWS, borrow all the fries that they had in there. I'm like loading, like hauling things, throwing, and I'm skidding out of there. I'm cutting through in front of cars and traffic. They're honking at me. I'm like, screw off, you got nothing important to do. I get there and I guess what was described as an action sequence.
I haven't seen police officers or ambulances or fire trucks hit corners the way that man hit that corner. Like, you imagine watching a 6-year-old play Grand Theft Auto and he's like turning and every corner he hits, he's just like about to flip the car over. That's what it looked like when, like I knew he was gonna be coming in hot when I was standing there, but I wasn't expecting him to hit the corner that fast. And that little transit, man, that bad boy can do some things. And I'm terrified for any dog or cat or squirrel or duck that gets in front of that thing sometimes, because I don't think if that car has a conscience, man. He just drives through everything.
You know, I saw the text from Jamil that they just sent out their last basket of fries. I was like, no! And yeah, so they got the fries, man.
We didn't run out of chicken though, so that was surprising, to be honest.
From a chicken standpoint, we were fine. He was caught up.
It was maybe not nonstop, but for a lot of the day, it felt like I didn't really have like a break. Even when there was like not a line to the door, I felt like they would trickle in at just the right time. I couldn't really like step away.
A lot of folks had like checked out and given up and was just like, this is whatever, which was like baffling to me because it wasn't like circumstances were all that bad. It's like, man, I'm like, could we have done better? Yeah, sure. But for the most part, you know, a lot of the critical things were there. We just had to keep doing it in between where we could and just keep moving. But I think people had stopped moving. I was like, we have to keep running and gunning.
I mean, and like we always do, you roll with the punches, man. You keep doing what you're doing. You control what you can control. It's never, to me, nothing here is ever the end of the world. It's unfortunate, and I feel like the stuff that's in that I fumble, that I control, I get upset about that. But the stuff that where it's like you do everything right, and it's still just like, nope, here you go, curveball, and they hit you on the side of the head, and instead of you hitting the home run, it's just like, wow, like what did I do wrong? My head is just keep frying chicken tenders and keep frying fries, keep putting them in the box and keep sending them out. I mean, that's the thing. That's all we do here. However many people is here and how many tickets on the board is irrelevant.
This was like another blast from the past day. I saw some people I hadn't seen since the trailer. You could just go down the cast of characters. I didn't get to see everybody because I was running around, obviously, and I had to go out for that period of time and come back. But like, isn't that what this is about? Isn't that what this is? When you see people come and just raving about this place, people bringing family members in for the first time, bringing, you know, siblings, cousins, you know, spouses, and they're like, oh, you're the place that we've been hearing about. Oh, this is what we've been like. This is important. This is special. This is special. I really feel bad for anyone that doesn't realize that. We are a rocket. We are blasting off, right? We are, man, for those who stick on and keep going on, and for those who somehow find their way on board as we're like keep heading for a lift off here, what an amazing time and experience it will be. Anyway, I'm telling you, there are excellent things in store.